I hate my tattoos, and let me tell you why.
My prefrontal cortex wasn't developed. I was super alternative at the time.
I just don't vibe with it anymore.
Especially since becoming a mom, I feel like my style has evolved so much.
When I was 19, I made the very poor decision of getting this horrendous flame tattooed on my finger.
I wish I would have never put so many stickers on this Bentley.
I've been like dying to get my tattoos removed.
It literally costs so much money that I don't know that I'll ever get there.
I paid roughly $10,000 to put in all these tattoos, and it's costing me roughly another $10,000 to take them all off.
Dear Heavenly Father, that hurt. It really hurt. If you need a sign to not get a tattoo, let this be your sign.
So I just had an appointment to get my tattoos removed.
I think we need to have a very serious conversation about tattoo regret, because I feel like a lot of people are finally saying the quiet part out loud. The person who wanted those tattoos at 18, 19, 21, or 25 might not be the same person looking at them 10 years later. And that is the part nobody wants to admit when tattoos are being sold as self-expression. Because yes, tattoos can be beautiful. Tattoos can be meaningful. Tattoos can be art. Some people get tattoos and love them forever, and that is great. But there's another side of the conversation. There are people who got tattooed when they were young, impulsive, heartbroken, rebellious, alternative, emotional, bored, trying to reinvent themselves, trying to look cool, trying to look different, trying to match a phase, or trying to become a version of themselves they no longer recognize. And now years later, they are looking at their arm, their hand, their ribs, their back, their neck, their fingers, and saying, this does not feel like me anymore. And the worst part is, taking it off is not simple. It is painful. It is expensive. It takes years. It can leave swelling, blistering, redness, bruising, scabbing, patchiness, and sometimes scarring. And for some people, the tattoo cost hundreds of dollars to put on, but thousands and thousands of dollars to remove. So when people say, it's just a tattoo, no. It is not just a tattoo when you are on session 9. Your skin is swollen, your arm hurts, and you still have another year or two left.
It's been about a year and a half since I started my tattoo removal journey. I'm removing 15 tattoos. 15, yeah. I haven't done a before and after in quite some time. So I'm going to show you where we started, where we are now, how many treatments I've had on each one, and what they're looking like. So let's take a quick walk down memory lane, shall we? Okay, now this one is by far the biggest tattoo that I'm getting removed. I'm pretty positive I've had 8 sessions on this one. The Roman numerals are almost gone after 8 sessions. That angel took 3 sessions to go away completely. Done 3 sessions on both of these and they're almost gone. We're just kind of letting them be now. Ouch, ouch, ouch. The hand, 8 sessions down. I think it's looking good though, right? These ones were both started at the same time as my hand. Pretty sure Promises is going to be gone in 1 more session. This guy, not as much, but working on it. My lightest tattoo on the left is after 1 session. My last session on this one was today. The butterfly is my darkest tattoo. I started this one at the very beginning, and this is how they look now. Same with this one right here. It's lightening so well after 8 sessions. And last but not least, I've only had 4 sessions on Pooh Bear because I wasn't sure I wanted to get rid of it. And that is my tattoo removal update.
Not only it's moving, he said that mine is moving really fast for only doing 2 sessions when he looked. And something that I found really interesting this time is the first time I got it done, I got it by one technician and it wasn't that painful. The second time it was a different person and I felt like I was gonna die. And this time it was the same guy as the first one and it didn't hurt as bad. It felt exactly like the first round. So I just requested they always have him do it. And I guess he said that he's a little quicker and maybe he's like has a lighter hand. I don't know. So if something hurts really bad, it might be the technician I just discovered today. So if you are getting a tattoo removal and it's crazy out of this world painful, try a different person and it might have a different result. Because now I'm not so scared for the next round after knowing it's always going to be him because I just requested. But yeah, here's the neck. I can already see some has left immediately, which is crazy. Finally made it to this guy again. Didn't think we would do it, but I can see a huge difference from getting the second round compared to the darkness right here. And then here are fingers. I can't really see a difference right now. They just look pissed off and swollen. But this hand is pretty wild. It's really interesting too. The less ink in your body, the less it hurts. Like this center area and this hand barely hurt. I mean, obviously it still hurts, but it was like way less more painful than the sides and this hand because I guess it's not the laser that hurts, it's the ink getting disrupted. So It's pretty wild. Because when he was doing the center part, it went by so quick and I like didn't even believe he was done because I could barely feel it. But yeah, this is round 3 of tattoo removal.
The thing about tattoo regret is that it usually does not happen overnight. Most people loved the tattoo when they first got it. They were excited. They wanted it. They thought it fit their personality. They thought it looked cool. They thought it meant something. They thought it was their aesthetic. But then life happened. They got older. Their style changed. Their personality changed. Their career changed. Their confidence changed. Their taste changed. They became a mom. They stepped into a more feminine version of themselves. They got sober. They moved into a different phase of life. They started wanting to look softer, cleaner, more natural, more polished. And suddenly, the tattoo that once felt like freedom starts feeling like a reminder of an old version of them. That is what stood out to me in so many of these videos. It was not always that the tattoo was badly done. Some of these tattoos were technically good, some were well done, some were expensive, some were meaningful at the time. But the person changed, and that is the part people forget. A tattoo can stay the same while you become completely different.
I'm removing my entire sleeve. I'm doing my entire sleeve plus some extras, I guess, because I'm also doing this. I have one on my hip, which is my first tattoo and my only color tattoo, and then I have one on my butt here that's leaving. But this is the next day, so we are a bit swollen. She can't do the entire arm in one because your arm could swell and you could lose circulation to your hand. So we're a bit swollen, especially if you compare it to this arm. Like this arm still has a tricep and a bicep. This one's, she's just a thick lady today, but that's okay. It'll go down in the next couple days. I'm just getting ready to go to the gym right now. We are walking, we are taking care of our lymphatic system, we are drinking all the water we can, especially in the first week. You are going to drink so much water, you're going to pee so much, because that is good. It's how your body flushes the ink out. The way that laser tattoo removal works is the laser breaks up the ink particles, and then your lymphatic system actually goes in and breaks up the ink and flushes it out. Look at how much lighter my trees are. Also, this has been really cool to see, because you can see that this one, this was in my laser tattoo session from just this week, but this one wasn't, because she has to leave a strip every time. But look at how much lighter this is than this, whereas this tree missed my last appointment. And then all of this black ink is slowly starting to clear now. We actually are flushing that out. They are so much lighter already than they were, like so much lighter. My elbow just used to be a big black blob. I look at my old photos and I'm like, who let me do this? Right, it was me. I was making really questionable choices from the ages of 15 to 19. Also, don't think we should let teenagers be doing things. Not getting married, not permanently coloring on their bodies. Just when you're a teenager, we should rein them in. Rein them in. Because they're not making lifelong. They're not thinking. I wasn't, maybe not everyone, but I wasn't. I was not thinking clearly. So thank God I am alive in the day and age that I am, and we're doing Control-Alt-Delete to this. So anyways, that is the update on my laser tattoo removal. This guy is so much lighter.
I've been getting tattoo removal for some time now. My tattoos are at a stage where you can't tell what they once were yet anymore. You can tell there was something there, but you can't tell what's what. They're in a very ugly stage. But I wanted to come on here and give some hope to those who want to get tattoo removal. There's hope out there. They're not completely permanent, but there is a process that you have to go through. So just keep that in mind. I wanted to talk on here a little bit about what the process depends on. A few major things that determine how long your tattoo removal journey is going to be. For example, is the placement of your tattoo, so where on your body you have the tattoo, how old your tattoo is, the colors that were used. So if you have color on your tattoo, it's going to take a lot longer to go away than black and white. The technique that your artist used, it also depends a lot, because some artists go so deep into your skin. Some are just superficial. The ones that go very deep could even leave scarring. For example, I have some scarring here on my shoulder to where the light hits it, you could see a bump to where it's scarred. So that's going to be a factor in your removal also. How sensitive your skin is, the pigmentation in your skin, like your actual skin color. And also how well you take care of it post a treatment.
I just had my 7th session of removal, laser removal, and it is so painful. It hurts so fucking bad. I have to go every 2 months, and every other month it just hurts more and more and more because the settings get stronger. So painful. It's one of the worst pains I've ever had. My arm, my tattoo looks like this for 2 to 3 weeks. I get crazy looks. Right now it's kind of like going down already. It's not really as swollen, so it is going down, but I get crazy looks every time I go out right after having a session because my arm gets so big and this is so red that it looks horrible. This is what it looked like a few minutes before my latest session. It's already fading really well, so that's the one thing about it. Yeah, it's painful, but it works. It's been fading amazing for me. I have been doing this for already a year, and it's probably gonna take me another full year.
And honestly, I think this is why young people need to be extremely careful with permanent choices. Because when you are young, you think you know exactly who you are. You think your style is forever. You think your music taste is forever. You think your aesthetic is forever. You think the phase you are in is the real you forever. But then you get older and realize you were just going through a phase. And there is nothing wrong with going through phases. That is part of growing up. But the problem is when you permanently mark your body during that phase. Because your prefrontal cortex is not even fully developed yet. And suddenly you are making lifelong decisions with a personality that may not even last 5 years. That is why some people in these videos are saying, I was 19, I was 17, I was 18, I got this at 13, or I was making questionable choices between 15 and 19. And now they are paying for it. Literally, they paid to put the tattoos on, and now they are paying even more to take them off.
So this is my back after the first session. This all cost me, because I know that's what everyone wants to know, this cost me $700, and that included laser tattoo removal, CO2 laser therapy, as well as numbing agent and laughing gas. This took a total of 25 minutes, and for preface, this is my back before. This is my back before. You can clearly see it's a phoenix. Long and short of it, I just don't like it and I want it off my back. They told me this is going to cost me $700 per session at complete removal for a total of, quoted, 14 sessions. Mind you, this cost me $500. Something came on my phone. This cost me $500 to get put on my back. I know it looks bad, but my skin actually took the laser very well. So between the two lasers, the first laser for the tattoo ink, 8 out of 10. It was fine until the 10-minute mark, and then I just started getting tired and my body started being more sensitive to the pain. The CO2 laser, 3 out of 10. But sadly, we couldn't do the CO2 laser until we broke the skin over the ink for it to be most effective. I got tattooed in one session for $500, and it's costing me 14 sessions at $700 per session for complete removal.
I paid roughly $10,000 to put in all these tattoos, and it's costing me roughly another $10,000 to take them all off. I like my tattoos and I wanted to keep them, but I decided to change career and move into acting. I recently was a Netflix series where I had a job as the main actor's double, and then they decided they didn't want to take me on because they didn't want to cover up my tattoos every single day. So I decided to start taking them off, and it's been a process of 2 years so far. So first session was 2 years ago. I've had a total of 6 sessions altogether. You do have to wait 8 weeks. You have to wait between each session for it to heal, to go back in. But the longer you wait, the more your body starts to eat the ink away. As you can see, some spots are taking longer. Even this line I got done in Bali, a silly line by itself, it's so deep. Each sitting just takes about 45 minutes to an hour. And I can only do one side of the arm, because if the other side gets done together, it'll tourniquet completely. I have to go in and get one arm done, one side of the arm done, and then I can go back in a week or so later to get the other side of the arm lasered. It's just a long process of recovery, and can't go into the sun for 4 weeks, can't go into the water for 4 to 8 weeks either.
I hate to say it, but my mom was right when she said don't get tattoos, because I am on my way to my 4th or 5th laser tattoo removal session for a tattoo that I have on my arm. I just don't vibe with it anymore. It doesn't align with me. And I had the opportunity to remove it, so I am doing that. I'll post a picture right here of what the tattoo looked like before I started getting the removal done. This is what it looks like today going into my session. It's pretty faded. I started this process back in November 2025. I'm thinking it's going to be about 4 or 5 more sessions to get it totally removed. I just got out of my session and I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. They dress it up really nicely with this like gauze, but I took off the gauze to show you guys the tattoo. It's very inflamed. It hurts really bad getting this done. Thankfully, the guy that I go to is so good. It takes him 20 seconds to get this done. He knocks it out. He talks to me throughout the whole session and just distracts me so that I don't have any opportunity to be like, let's take a break, whatever. He knocks it out, and I really appreciate that about him. It's like pretty inflamed, and it takes quite some time for the ink to actually start to remove from your body.
4 months ago, I started removing my sleeve tattoo. This is what it's looking like after 3 sessions. Tattoo removal is painful, but the recovery is almost worse. After the first 2 sessions, I didn't really keep my arm elevated, so the swelling was wild. I have since learned my lesson. Keep the area elevated. I had a lot of scabbing, which is so hard not to pick at. Something else that surprised me that I'm not sure is related, but definitely can be, started breaking out after the treatment, which can happen as your body processes the broken down tattoo. They're estimating I'll need around 8 sessions for a full removal. Even though I'm taking a break over the summer, it does continue to lighten up because your body continues to break down the ink over.
The cost of tattoo removal is actually insane because people love to say, well, if you hate it, just get it removed. There is no just about laser tattoo removal. Some people are paying hundreds of dollars per session. Some are being quoted thousands. One person said the tattoo costs $500 to get, but the removal could cost around $700 per session for 14 sessions. Another person said they paid roughly $10,000 to put all their tattoos on and may pay roughly another $10,000 to take them off. That is wild. You are paying for the tattoo twice. First, you pay to get it. Then you pay to undo it. Then you pay with time. Then you pay with pain. Then you pay with your skin going through the healing process over and over again. And depending on the onto, it might not even disappear completely. It can fade unevenly. It can look blotchy. It can get stuck in that awkward gray shadow stage. Some ink lifts faster than other ink. Some colors are harder to remove. Some line work is deeper. Some areas of the body are more stubborn. Some tattoos need 10 sessions, 12 sessions, 14 sessions, 22 sessions. At that point, tattoo removal is not a quick fix. It is a commitment.
I'm headed to my 9th laser tattoo removal session, so I wanted to give you guys a quick before. This is what we're looking like currently. She's pretty faded.
That hurt so bad, I couldn't even record anything.
Calm down a little bit and I can show you guys what it looks like. You can see like how swollen it is. Look at that. That's this swollen. Don't do it, guys.
Because I know how long we've got to go. I know how much more I'm gonna have to do it.
Dear Heavenly Father, that hurt. It really hurt. They increased the frequency for the laser. I was clutching my pearls, squeezing my stress ball, trying to go anywhere than where I was in that seat. I didn't think it was gonna hurt that bad the second time because it only targets the ink. I didn't know that they were gonna increase the frequency of the laser, which is good. But ow. I don't know if you can tell how raised it is. You probably can. I'll try and get a better clip of it for you, but let's start with the one behind my ear. She is doing okay. I mean, this one is like the darkest and thickest tattoo, so it's going to take the longest. It's going to show results slower. My fine line ones that I'm removing. But here she is in all her glory. Yeah. And then I also had my vine done. So the white is the separation between it since it's a wraparound, yada, yada, yada. Pain, honey boo. Okay, so here is the quote that I'm removing, and then the vine. You can tell how raised it is. It's just going to progressively get more raised as the day goes on, just because swelling and my body just freaking out, like what's going on.
I want these removed so bad off my arm that I'm not even scared of the pain. Like, I'm not kidding. I just need them off. It burns.
Honestly, like an 8 out of 10 pain, but
Dealing with the consequences of my own actions. I got 2 huge butterfly tattoos on my arm, and I'm on my 4th session of laser tattoo removal.
it really is that fast. I'm telling you guys, it's honestly like an 8 out of 10 pain, but it is so fast, and these are going to fade so much, so I'm just so excited. The bottom one has faded so much. The top one was a lot darker, so it's going to take longer for sure, but right now it's just really red. So
it burns. It feels like a sunburn, like a really bad sunburn. See, I have very sensitive skin naturally anyway, so I'm not surprised. It is starting to welt up, like it's all kind of raised, but pain is really intense, but it's really fast, and once it's over, the pain almost diminishes instantly, and now it just kind of feels like a sunburn. So
I got this tattoo when I was 17 and I really wanted it, but my taste has changed. Most of you guys probably didn't even know I had one because I never show it. It's pretty big. It's 3 sword lilies on my ribs. If you're wondering what it feels like getting zapped with a rubber band with a hint of hot cooking grease. It's spicy, but it's quick. This only lasts maybe a minute total. This is only my second session and it's starting to fade, but it's going to take at least 2 years, maybe more, for total removal.
I'm back at Merlot Beauty for my third session, and I'm honestly so shocked by how fast the results are coming along. I feel like most people are scared to get their tattoos removed because they're scared of how bad it's going to hurt, but here at Merlot Beauty, the numbing cream makes me feel nothing. If I'm being completely honest, it's a 2 or 3 out of 10. It depends on the area, but each session gets more manageable. I was feeling extra brave today and they asked me if I wanted to go over the area twice. I didn't know that was an option. Immediately I said yes. Surprisingly, I felt nothing. Maybe it was because my body was anticipating it to be a lot worse.
The pain is another thing people do not talk about enough. Because some people say tattoo removal feels like a rubber band snapping against your skin. Okay, maybe for some people. But other people are saying it feels like hot grease, fire, burning, zapping, or one of the worst pains they have ever felt. And the crazy part is, you do not just do it one time. You go back every 6 to 8 weeks. Sometimes every 8 to 10 weeks. You let your skin heal. Then you do it again. And again. And again. And every time your body has to process that trauma, the skin swells, it gets red, it can blister, it can scab, it can feel like a bad sunburn. Some people feel exhausted afterward because their body is trying to break down and clear out the ink. And if you are removing a sleeve, they cannot always do the entire arm at once because of swelling and circulation concerns. So now your removal is broken up into sections, which makes the process even longer. That is why I think people need to understand this before they get tattooed. Because it may take 20 minutes to put something on your body, but it can take years to remove it.
It should come as absolutely no surprise when I tell you this, I am covered in tattoos. It should also come as no surprise when I tell you, I hate most of them. Come with me to my second session of my laser tattoo removal today.
Okay, so full disclosure, I'm really sweaty because I'm really nervous. That was fine. That was fine. Yep, all good. Don't try to read my ankle tattoos. It is not important. And I don't drink anymore. I'm sober now. So I was like, I need to feel something. And I can't go on a bender. So let's go ahead and start all of my laser tattoo removal sessions. Not great. First word done. Oh, that was just the first word. You want me to? I'd rather have you do it all at once down, right? Oh my god. These are like the first ones that like I really need gone, so it's like we're gonna start with this and then we'll fuck around with the other ones later.
It's never as bad as what I make it out to be in my head, honestly, but that foot at the very end, like, that is the one to end with. I'm actually shocked that my neck didn't hurt more than what I was like hyping it up to be in my head, but these are the results.
This is my client's before and current situation with an arm sleeve that we are removing. It was incredibly dark before we began treatment, and it took a while to get to this point, mainly because, as with everything, consistency is key. This client did have a period where she wasn't coming to sessions, which is fine because life happens, and removing a tattoo is not the cheapest thing in the world. However, her results are really starting to compound and come together. The thing with the sleeve is you cannot treat the full area on the first session. It's just really not a good idea for your body. It will overwhelm your immune system. So we have to initially split that up, meaning that it can be 4 sessions to hit the entire arm once. This can seem slow, however, it really does kind of speed up towards the end. When there's less ink, we can treat a larger surface area, but it's better to be safe than obviously sorry. The lower arm looks really good. We've got areas where the client's back to clean skin, but we still have areas where the tattoo's fairly dark. That's because this area was much thicker line work and it was much darker. So there's always going to be those parts that come out really easily, and there's always going to be the parts that take a little bit more work. That is completely normal, as it's your body working with the laser and it won't just uniformly fade. There's loads of this sleeve that looks incredible. Her lower arm is really clear, and this inner bicep as well as the upper sort of shoulder area is fully clear. However, there's still a lot of patches of darkness that we're working through.
This tattoo right here, this client went through 22 laser tattoo removal sessions. Yes, 22, all using only a Pico laser. Here's the thing no one explains. Pico lasers are amazing at starting laser tattoo removal. They shatter the ink into teeny tiny little particles that are easier for your lymphatic system to remove. But at a certain point, especially toward the end, Pico lasers just don't do the job anymore. The remaining ink is too dense, stubborn, and deeply embedded for Pico to target it. And that's when a nano laser is usually needed to come in and finish the removal. So if you just keep hitting your tattoo with a Pico over and over again and nothing is really changing anymore, it's not slow progress, it's just the wrong tool for the job.
Another thing that stood out is how unpredictable removal can be. Some tattoos fade fast. Some do not. Some areas clear quickly. Some stay dark. Some colors respond better than others. Black ink can hurt more for some people. Colored ink can take longer. Older tattoos may respond differently than newer tattoos. Placement matters. Your skin tone matters. Your immune system matters. The depth of the tattoo matters. The artist's technique matters. And even the technician doing the laser can make a difference. One woman said one technician made it feel unbearable, and another person made it feel much more manageable because they were faster or had a lighter hand. That alone shows how many factors go into this. This is not as simple as I hate this tattoo, so I'll laser it off. No, you have to think about the laser type, the technician, the cost, the healing, the pain, the sun exposure, the water restrictions, the time between sessions, the swelling, the possibility of blistering, and the fact that it may still not look perfect at the end. And this is why I think people should think very seriously before getting big tattoos, hand tattoos, neck tattoos, face tattoos, matching tattoos, trendy tattoos, or anything connected to a relationship. Because if your life changes, that tattoo is still sitting there.
Okay, so I just got done with my appointment. As you can see, I'm freaking swollen, bruising. I'm not gonna lie, that shit freaking hurt today. She did a lot on the black, like spot lasering it. And I think she must have gone up on it a little bit because it hurt a lot. But you can see the little marks under my eyes from the little glasses. But so this is progress. Today we started with the warm colors, so a little touch of the warm colors, and then we did the black, and then the last pass was the cool colors. I will say the warm colors and the cool colors like really don't hurt that bad. It's the black that freaking hurts a lot.
I've had 2 lasers in 1 week. Look at the state of this tattoo removal. And then obviously I had CO2 fraction all over my face. My body right now must be like, what?
I've been like dying to get my tattoos removed. I got my tattoos done at 13 years old in Bali without my parents' consent. It was a tramp stamp. Yes, I know, who gets a tramp stamp at 13? I just thought it was really cool because I was watching like 90s TV shows. So I decided to get it. And then I've got a whole bunch of other random ones, but this is it before and this is it after. So I went to Only Laser Skin Clinic. She is amazing. She's the only person I trust. I did 2 sessions. Photos just speak for themselves. I probably only have a couple more sessions to go, but I just want to like get rid of all my tattoos and just be tattoo-less. You have to go to her to get your laser done. She does great prices. They literally fade so quickly.
We are finally going to get this tattoo lasered off. This is my first of, they said I'll probably need 10 to 12 sessions, and you can get them every 6 to 8 weeks. So basically I'll be doing this for the next year and a half of my life. Let's go get this lasered off. On the way. Can you go first, please? Mm-hmm. I'm nervous that it's gonna hurt. I'm being a baby, but.
How much are for lollipops?
You know, if you need a break, 3, 2, 1.
This might even bring drug anyway. Fuck you. Oh my god.
Let me know.
No, I'm so fine.
Great.
Okay.
That's it.
Amazing. It's okay. You're so strong.
One little spot, okay? 3, 2, 1. Oh, that wasn't that bad. Look at that. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
You're so strong.
Okay, that wasn't that bad. That was so dramatic. All right, we did it.
My back burns.
Yeah, I get that. First of probably 12 sessions.
It is tattoo removal day, so I'm getting my 2 tattoos on my rib and hip that I got when I was 18.
got them marinating in numbing cream at the moment, and now it is time to go to Tattoo Removal Australia. So we're about at the halfway mark until these tattoos are completely gone. So they're fading really, really nicely now, as you can see. And it's super, super quick. It's honestly over before you know it. And with the numbing cream, I feel like it's way less painful than actually getting the tattoo itself. And there's literally no downtime after the appointment, which is great.
I'm going to get a bunch of my tattoos removed. Yes, you heard that correct. I will say all of the tattoos on my body that I love and I don't want to be removed are ones that I really thought about for a long time. And the ones that I got just quick in the moment, I'm annoyed with. I want them gone. So we are going to get them lasered off. I've never gotten a tattoo removed before. I heard it's extremely painful. I will say I do have a very high pain tolerance, but this does make me very nervous. But I've never heard anyone be like, wow, it's not that bad.
So,
No.
you're not
You're
not gonna feel anything at first, and then just nothing's gonna come out. It's not. Oh. It's not enjoying. I know it's a reflex. You can. Right? Dude, whoa, look.
Oh my god.
I know it's such a
What the fuck?
Oh.
Holy shit. I feel so high right now. Oh, that hurts.
It's crazy.
Say that it's going away. Is that not crazy?
That is crazy.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's I know this one's painful.
That.
You did it.
Yay! I did it, guys. I did it. Not gonna lie, not the funnest procedure to have done. However, perk, it's so fast. Literally, each tattoo took less than 10 seconds, and the difference already in the pigment is crazy.
About matching tattoos, because that is one of the riskiest categories. People get matching tattoos with friends, partners, family members, people they think will be in their life forever, and then life starts lifing. You break up, you fall out, the friendship ends. The family situation gets messy, the meaning changes, and now you have a permanent reminder of a relationship you do not even want to think about anymore. One woman in the video talked about getting a matching tattoo with her mom before finding out something extremely painful about her relationship. And now she is going through laser removal because the tattoo does not represent what she thought it represented anymore. And that is the thing about tattoos tied to people. You are not just tattooing the design. You are tattooing the relationship, the memory, the version of that person you believed in at the time. And if that changes, the tattoo can start feeling like emotional baggage on your skin.
So a handful of years ago, I got a matching tattoo with my mom before I found out that she was fucking my husband. And I've been trying to get this thing removed for so long, and we're back to have another removal session.
This is what my tattoo looked like before I had any type of tattoo removal done on it. And this is what it looked like today, right before the appointment.
Oh, okay. Done? Yes. Okay. So if you couldn't tell, that really fucking hurt. Wow, that was bad. That was bad. But I'm really proud of myself because normally I have to have them do like half of the heart, give me a break. The other half, give me a break. And then the words. But I did the whole fucking thing in one go.
Today is my 18-year sober anniversary. And what better way to celebrate that than by getting a bunch of tattoos lasered off at the removery. Check it out.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
This is about a day and a half after the fact. It's Thursday morning. I got it done Tuesday afternoon. The collarbone area looks like kind of crazy. Like, this is my first time doing laser, so I have nothing to compare it to. It still feels kind of sore and like a little bit tight. It kind of feels like I got tattooed. I'm not going to be showing the goods because it's a little weird, but I will say this boob is like a cup size bigger. It's just kind of funny. Like, I'm guessing we're a little bit swollen. I've been drinking a lot of water and putting ice packs on it, avoiding the sun. I'm happy that there's no like weird blistering because that looks concerning. I've seen pictures of crazy blistering on removal before, but this is what mine looks like right now.
I'm so excited and so scared and nervous, but let me show you guys everything, and maybe this could help somebody that is thinking about getting this removed or also going through the process. I'm actually about to go to my next session, so I have it wrapped in saran wrap and with numbing cream on it. So the first time I did a tattoo removal, I did it without any cream. Like, I didn't know any better. I thought, like, whenever people said it hurts, it's like, okay, fine, like a tattoo, but it hurts. Getting a laser removal is 10 times worse than getting a tattoo. Trust me when I say to use the numbing cream. It helps a ton. So I will show you guys what my sleeve looked like before. I wish I could like give it to somebody and then put it on their body because I love it. I don't do my whole sleeve in one session. I do it in sections just because your arm swells up a little bit, and I am not in any rush to get it taken off super quick. You also have to wait 6 to 8 weeks in between each session, or like each tattoo. So I do it in 3 different pieces, but wait 6 to 8 weeks in between for each one. So if I do this one, I will wait that long before I get it done again. The numbing cream I use works so good. You put it on 2 hours before your session, and it seriously helps so much. It makes my anxiety of going in there so much better. Before I was like thinking about it for the whole day, and now I don't really, it takes no time and it's super quick.
Career changes are another part of tattoo regret that people do not always consider. Because when you are young, you might not care about covering tattoos. You might think, I'll never want a job where this matters. You might think, I'll always dress this way. You might think, I do not care what people think. And maybe that is true for some people, but life can surprise you. One person said they liked their tattoos and wanted to keep them, but they moved into acting and lost an opportunity because covering the tattoos every day became an issue. That is something people do not always think about. Your tattoos may not bother you socially, but they can still affect certain jobs, industries, roles, branding, casting, modeling, uniform standards, or how people perceive you. And again, I am not saying that is fair. I am saying it is real. So before you get highly visible tattoos, especially on your hands, neck, chest, or face, you have to ask yourself about BADA. Am I okay with this being part of how people see me in every room I walk into? Because whether we like it or not, people do make judgments.
35 now, and I just feel like a completely different person than the person who got these tattoos. I got most of my tattoos from the ages of 18 to 25, and I'm about to be 35 now, and I just feel like a completely different person than the person who bought these tattoos. Tattoos are obviously forever, so I'm dealing with the consequences of my younger self's actions. And now when I look at my tattoos, I don't know, you guys, like, it doesn't feel like me anymore at all whatsoever. Now, there's nothing wrong with tattoos. If you have them and you love them and you feel like that girl with them, by all means, that is beautiful. I love that for you, and I wish it never changes. This isn't something that like recently changed. It's something that has been happening. As you guys know, I used to have a tattoo on my chest, and I got it completely removed, or I probably have like 1 session left. But yeah, basically because I have had a tattoo removed, I know how expensive, how painful, and how long it takes. And I'm just thinking to myself, do I really want to put myself through all of the trauma of removing a full sleeve? Or should I just keep it for the rest of my life?
Today I'm doing something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. So come along with me for my first session to start getting my tattoos removed. OMG, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, especially ever since I started stepping into my higher, most feminine version of myself. I love tattoos. I think they're a beautiful way to express yourself, but my tattoos, they just don't align with me anymore. Every morning when I get dressed, when I make these beauty videos for you babes, I see my tattoo and it just reminds me of a past version of myself that I honestly just no longer resonate with. And I have a lot of tattoos, so this is going to be a process. But I did do my research over the past 2 years, and Removery was the best and safest option.
I just had my 4th session at Removery. I just had my 2nd session on this set of tattoos. So we did the back of my leg today. That's looking a little red right now. We did my scissors and my view from halfway down. They're all pretty red. I literally am still in the parking lot. So these are the ones that we did on my stomach and on my ribs that look like I'm bleeding, but I'm really not. And she said it's just called bruising.
Number 1, you have to go every 8 to 10 weeks. It takes 2 years to get it fully removed. Number 2, you cannot have it in the sun for the entire process of getting it removed. Number 3, it goes through your lymphatic drainage system, so it makes me exhausted for about a week after and takes a week for me to fully recover from the process. Number 5, it doesn't fade evenly and it's going to be blotchy for the entirety of the 2 years.
The feminine transformation part was also interesting to me. A few women talked about stepping into a softer, more feminine, more natural, more elevated version of themselves and realizing their tattoos no longer match that. And I actually understand that, because sometimes you look at your body and realize this represented who I was then, but it does not represent who I am now. Maybe you used to love the edgy look. Maybe you loved being alternative. Maybe you loved bold tattoos and heavy imagery. Then years later, you want a softer aesthetic. You want clean skin. You want a different wardrobe. You want to feel more polished. You want your body to look less busy. And now the tattoos feel like visual noise. That does not mean tattoos are bad. It just means your aesthetic changed. And that is why permanent beauty choices are complicated. because your taste is not permanent.
I wish I never got tattoos. I feel like it is so nice to see a woman without tattoos. And honestly, I wish I would have never put so many stickers on this Bentley.
I personally regret every single tattoo I've ever gotten. I started getting them at 18, and since I was maybe 10 years old, I was going through some identity crisis, wanting to be loved, wanting to be accepted, and for me that was my way to do that. And I'm not the same person I was 20 years ago. You're not going to find many heavily tattooed people admit that. Whenever somebody asks me about a tattoo, should I get a hand tattoo? No, please don't get it, or at least wait a long time until you're 100% certain that you want it. And everyone is always shocked that I say that, and I wish I had somebody when I was younger to tell me that. I have 2 boys, and they know I don't want them to get tattoos. However, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do, and who am I to say no? It's been a few years now, but I started getting a few small tattoos removed, and it's painful. If I had the opportunity and the money, I would completely remove every single tattoo on my body. You best believe as soon as I hit 1 million followers on here, I will be getting a full body tattoo removal.
So I've had this sleeve done for probably about 10 years, and I never have liked it. I think the imagery is super cool. The tattooing is done really, really well. Like, this shit is in there. But I think the placement's crazy, so I don't love it. And I don't want to black it out, not because I don't like that, it's just not my journey. So today I went and looked into how much it would cost to get lightened or like removed so I can just cover something else on top. $10,000.
When I was 19, I made the very poor decision of getting this horrendous flame tattooed on my finger. It looked like this about 1 week after getting the tattoo, and I called the tattoo shop back and I was like, hey, my tattoo looks pretty faded already. Can I come back and get it touched up? And they were like, oh yeah, we fired the tattoo artist who did your finger tattoo because we don't comply with finger tattoos. I was like, okay, great. And to make matters worse, not that I'm getting engaged anytime soon, but this is my left hand. That's my ring finger. That's a tattoo. It's a fake engagement ring from Amazon, but please imagine, hey everyone, oh my gosh, I'm engaged. Oh my god, that ruins it.
Like, especially since becoming a mom, I feel like my style has evolved so much, and I try to serve classy. I try to serve classy, or I try to serve vintage, okay? I'm not doing all this punk shit anymore. What the fuck? Oh, you think this is bad? Guess what the other side says? Lover, fighter. Why did I do that? Why did I put that on my body? Honestly, raise the tattoo minimum age requirement to fucking 27. Like, my frontal lobe should have developed before I could have put permanent ink on my body that now I can't get off. And there are so many people out there that look amazing with tattoos. Like, I see them and I'm like, you look fire. Me, I look dumb.
I got tattoos when I was 16 to 17 years old, and I regret it so much. I have a snake on my back. My prefrontal cortex wasn't developed. I was super alternative at the time, and I convinced myself that I wanted to be covered in tattoos, and this would be a great start. I got this tattoo front and center on my arm. It is a Fibonacci spiral, and you can find it all the time in nature. And then it's also a clock to represent how time exists all at once. It's a man-made construct. I think it has a really cool meaning. I just wish it was smaller and didn't resemble the cochlea of an ear or a seashell. This one I will not get removed. The mermaid. I really like the mermaid. I think it's really cute. It's kind of hidden, and it's just a girly little accent. And then I also have the stick and poke from when I was like 14, which I don't hate.
This is the bigger lesson I keep seeing across beauty regret videos. People are treating their bodies like the version of themselves they are right now will last forever, but it does not. The eyebrow tattoo you love at 22 might annoy you at 30. The filler you loved at 25 might migrate by 32. The BBL you wanted in your 20s might not match your lifestyle later. The tattoo sleeve that made you feel powerful at 19 might feel heavy at 35. The trendy fine line tattoo might look dated in a few years. The matching tattoo might outlast the relationship. And that is why I think people need to slow down. There is nothing wrong with decorating your body if you truly love it. But there is a difference between self-expression and impulse. There is a difference between art you have wanted for years and a tattoo you got because you were bored, emotional, drunk, rebellious, heartbroken, or trying to match a trend. And the tattoos people regret the most usually seem to be the ones they did not think through. So when you put all of these stories together, the message is not tattoos are bad. That is not what I am saying. Some people love their tattoos forever. Some people feel beautiful with them. Some people have meaningful artwork that still represents who they are. Some people are heavily tattooed and would not change a thing. But the message is that tattoos are permanent choices being made by people who are not permanent. You are going to change. Your style will change. Your taste will change. Your career might change. Your relationships might change. Your body will change. Your lifestyle will change. What you think is cool now may not feel cool later. And if you do end up regretting it, removal is not easy. It can be painful. It can be expensive. It can take years. It can require multiple sessions. It can fade unevenly. It can blister. It can swell. It can leave you in an awkward in-between stage for a long time. So before you get a tattoo, especially a visible one, ask yourself, would I still want this in 10 years? Would I want this if trends changed? Would I want this if my style became softer? Would I want this if I changed careers? Would I want this if I stopped talking to the person it represents? Would I want this if removing it costs 10 times more than getting it? Because that is the part people need to think about. Getting a tattoo can be fast. Regretting it can be long. And removing it can be even longer. So I want to know what you think. Do you think tattoo regret is becoming more common? Or are people just finally being honest about outgrowing the version of themselves that got the tattoo?